The journey from Nona Church's humble beginnings to where we are now all started with a group of people who asked, what if? What if Nona Church planted roots right here in our community? What if we built a permanent facility to serve our community 7 days a week? What if our investment now in helping people follow Jesus could have ripple effects for generations to come? It was questions like this that inspired people to give financially towards our For Nona initiative, praying for land we didn't have, but that they believed God would provide. Since then, and from the very beginning, every part of our story has been marked by God making a way where there seemed to be no way. Over the months and years that we met at the Northlake Park YMCA, we saw more and more people coming to our gatherings, and it got to the point where we were running out of space in the gym and in our Nona Kids and Nona Students spaces. We saw God provide through our ability to add a third gathering to our Sunday mornings, through a Sunday evening gathering called Nona Nights, and through Northlake Park Elementary School, allowing us to use their space on Sunday mornings as well. For years, we'd had the vision of Nona Church being one church in 2 locations, and we saw God provide land for that second location with the help of an elder from our sending church, Greg, who had experience in real estate. God orchestrated an intricate series of encounters between several seemingly unconnected people, and after 6 months of searching for land, Greg met someone who was selling just over 5 acres of land south of Lake Nona. Thanks to God's kindness, provision, and your generosity, we've been able to purchase that land and begin dreaming of what a permanent facility for us and the community could look like there. When the pandemic hit, we did our best to continue to trust that God would continue showing up, and He did, as He always does, through church at home and the availability of a space for us to eventually meet back together and live stream our services online. In the midst of what we saw as an interruption of our plans, God had restored our vision of being one church in 2 locations. It just looked different than we expected. And now we have the opportunity to seek God together for the impact He wants us to have among our neighbors, in the nations, and for the next generation. We see a church that will be large enough to make a lasting impact, but small enough that people are known, seen, and valued. We see a church that is an anchor in the community for decades to come, and where people who don't know they need God would find a place to belong before they believe. We see a church that reaches people where they are, helping them know and take their next best step in following Jesus. Because of God's provision in ways we could not expect, and in places we weren't looking for it, we can now be that provision for someone looking for hope by being here to stay. Never forgetting where we started, we now humbly turn our eyes to what's to come and ask again, what if? What if a permanent facility for our community led to someone who's hurting, experiencing the love of Jesus for the very first time? What if a preschool drop-off became an opportunity for kids to meet Jesus? What if a safe space for teens saved some of them from potential pain and regret? What if a consistent gathering place led to a lonely transplant finding community? In imagining all that God could do, we remember this prayer once again from Habakkuk 3:2 that says, Lord, I have heard of your fame. I stand in awe of your deeds, Lord. Renew them in our day. In our time, make them known.